Hello everyone. God, what day is today? It's August 1st. It is Wednesday. I am taking a cue from Sarah, Cupcake on a Wire. I'm going to talk about my love life because it's pretty ridiculous right now. I just say ridiculous because isn't it always you want the people that don't want you, and the people that want you, you are not so sure about, or at least that's what my experience has been lately. So I'm on probation, right? So it's getting more fun as it continues, right? So I have to take this class. It's called Thinking Matters, and it's about like examining my actions and why I make the decisions that I make, and thinking about the consequences attached to kind of help me. It's because the crime that I committed is malicious destruction of private property. I keyed somebody's car. I might as well just say it, right? So every time I have to talk about this in class, there's always some new person in the class and they laugh, and that's how I feel about it. Like I just went crazy for a minute, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. So anyway, a couple weeks ago was my first class, and we have to do like worksheets, like homework. And the first day, I was the only girl in the class, and I made the mistake of wearing actually this sundress. It's very cute. I'll stand up so you can see it. But see, I had pants on. Anyway, I was wearing sweatpants underneath it. In any case, this is the kind of outfit that I wear in the summer because it is hot. And it got me a little more attention from this one particular guy than I was really asking for. At first, I thought he was just being like polite, which, when you're in a class full of people with a record, you don't really know how they're all gonna act. And there was only, I don't know, eight or nine of them in the class at the time. Now we have a full class. There's like 12 or 13, maybe 14 people in it, and I'm not the only girl anymore, which is fantastic, because it kind of diffuses the energy. Well, anyway, this guy, he introduced himself to me. He was really polite, and I mentioned in the class that day that I don't have a job and I'm looking for a job, and so that's been stressing me out because I have to pay my restitution. And he was like, "Oh, I got a job for you." And he was trying to tell me that his dad, who runs a lumber company, needed a secretary. So I was like, awesome, here's my number, call me about that. Well, guess what? That was a lie. He just wanted my number. I should have seen that coming, but I didn't. So anyway, he's the type of guy that's like super overconfident. So taking no for an answer isn't really an option. Like, he just keeps trying. It's not the type of guy that I'm good with because I'm not really good at saying no a bunch of times. Eventually I just give in. So in any case, let's jump to that. He called me like every single day and text messaged me and stuff, and it's not that he's like a super bad guy, but he has 4 felonies, and that's strike 1. Strike 2 is one of his money-making activities is selling substances. I'll leave it at that. In any case, not the kind of guy I want to bring home to my mom, you know what I mean? So he's kind of already in the no friend zone area if he's lucky. Um, like, I don't want to date him at all. In any case, he bugged me and bugged me and bugged me and bugged me and bugged me a little more. So I finally broke down, and after class last Thursday, I went on a date with him. It was ridiculous. Like, we went out to eat at this restaurant. The waitress was not great at her job. I mean, she deserved a tip, in my opinion, but she was not great at her job. But I wasn't the one paying, and so stingy man over there who, when you're on a date with a girl, you should probably be on your best behavior and try to impress her. Apparently he doesn't know much about that, or apparently he thought that he was impressing me. Well, anyways, he not only stiffed the waitress, but mentioned that he wanted to dine and dash, and that's ridiculous. That's, like, obviously another strike in my book. Like, when you're on a date with someone, you kind of have to feel it out and say, like, okay, you know, they have to act a certain way, they have to do a certain, you know, I'll get to know them, but there's a possibility that we're not compatible for this reason or that reason or whatever. Well, this was one of those things, because I've never, one time when I think I was like 16 or 17, I dined and dashed with a friend of mine, but the service was horrible. Like, we were there for literally 3 hours, and the first hour we were waiting for a waitress to come to us. So we don't even know why we stayed there. I think it was because we were high out of our minds. But anyway, so not only, okay, so we go on a date, and then he says he needs to get something at his house. So I go to his house with him, and he makes me meet his mom, which is like, I just met you. This is very bizarre. And he's like, I couldn't tell if he was joking or serious, but he kept making comments like, he gave me the receipt at the restaurant and was like, you should keep this because it'll be a memory of our first date when we're married with children. And like, what is that? First of all, I don't want to have kids. I like my friends' kids. That's enough for me. I don't really need my own kids. I'm going to school to be an adolescent psychologist, and that's enough for me as far as children in the world go. I don't really want to raise my own. I never really have, so maybe that's why I'm still single, because I gotta find the right guy that is also into that possibility. But anyway, this guy's got plans for me. He tells me he wants me to have his babies. Like, this is red flag city, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, he's dying to see that new Batman movie, and I don't really dig on those kind of flicks. Like, I'm a horror and comedy girl, so action flicks, like, it's got to be a particular type of action flick. Like, as far as comic book movies go, like, I saw the first Spider-Man, but The Punisher is the last one that I really, really liked, and that's even a remake, so, and I have a special place in my judgment for remakes of really awesome movies in the first place. But anyway, so we go to the movie, and I'm not, you know, I was raised by a hippie, so I don't dig on soda or anything like that. He asked me to smuggle in his tequila. He doesn't even drink it while we're in there, so I smuggled it in. I don't know, I guess he was testing me or something. I don't know. It's just, it gets more ridiculous as it goes on. I don't get anything from the concession stand. After the movie is over, he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I laughed at him and told him he was funny, because seriously, like, not okay. He's not my type at all. Like, my ex-boyfriend was a felon, but his record was an old record. Like, he hadn't committed a crime in years, and he's minding his P's and Q's. He was homeless for a little while. I don't judge. But, you know, you gotta act your age. He's 28, and he does not act his age, this guy. Anyway, I have to see him in class twice a week, which is really obnoxious. But he's about to get out of the class, and he keeps trying, I know it's because of me, but he keeps mentioning in the class that he wants to stick around for a while and be a mentor in the class. I can't wait till Thursday. That's all I know, because I'm volunteering for some of my community service hours, and there's a possibility I'm going to miss class, and it's his last class. I'm really hoping that it's all set, and I won't have to see him again, because he's really obnoxious. So let's get to what happened yesterday. Yesterday I went to a concert with some girlfriends in Detroit, and it was a punk rock show, the Bouncing Souls, at the Magic Stick in Detroit. And so I was dressed cute, but because I'm smart and I knew that not only he's in the class, but he told me there's a couple other guys in the class that think I'm a babe and would F the out of me, which is, I'm not that kind of girl. Like, I committed a crime, yes, but I'm not like one of those girls you're gonna see on a reality show getting in a fight with another girl or doing so. Like, I'm trying to respect myself and move on from my mistakes, you know. Well, anyway, he sends me a text message. I have my phone. I can read it verbatim. he sends me a text message after he leaves class yesterday. I appreciate you getting all fixed up for me today. You look beautiful. And so I never responded to it, and then he called me later when I was with my girls getting ready to go to the show, and I was like, yeah, that was because I was going to a concert. It's not for you. And he doesn't get it. Like, he just doesn't get it. I don't know what to do with this situation besides, like, I've already been brutally honest. One of my friends yesterday said that I should just criticize him all the time. That's too much energy for me, so I'm just gonna ignore him now. He actually owes me $20, and I'm willing to just write it off because I'm so over dealing with this guy. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yesterday when he called me, he was like, do you want to babysit my kid? Because he also has a 10-year-old child. He's 28 and he has a 10-year-old, so I'm not judging people at 18 having kids, but it's another red flag for me. I'm not really into, like, I will date a guy with kids, but it's they got to be pretty awesome, you know. I'll leave it at that. But anyway, so I told him, yeah, I'm a dog sitter and a cat sitter. I'm not really a kid sitter. And he was like, oh, but it'll give you guys a chance to meet, you know, since we're going to get married and all. Somebody give me some advice, because I don't know. I've tried to be honest with this guy. It's not going very well. But anyway, I had a blast at the show last night. I have never, well, I think I might have seen the Bouncing Souls like a long, long, long time ago, but I don't remember. But I remember that I used to have a hoodie of the Bouncing Souls, and you don't get those just out of nowhere. It's possible I got it at Hot Topic, but anyway, it was such an awesome punk rock show. I made the mistake of going up front, and now my legs are so bruised, it's unbelievable. But I'll be okay. I'm gonna be just fine. I've you know, acquired bruises in the pit before, so I'll be just fine. Anyway, if anyone has any advice for me on how to be honest more than I already have with this ridiculous guy, then please lay it on me, because I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I've never really encountered a guy that I'm not only not attracted to personality wise, but also physically. Like, I don't know, we ended up making out, and he's not a good kisser as far as I'm concerned, and that is a big deal to me. So I don't know, I need some help, I need some advice, so help me out, help me out, help me, help me. Thanks for watching, and please help me.